Hello, one and all. This is Luckless Lovelocks, and welcome back to Orwell. The investigation continues. Just to recall what our objectives are, we still need to evaluate Nina's motivations, evaluate her professional background. We found that job website, but didn't really tell her much about her background. Just kind of the jobs that she has had recently. And then her whereabouts at the time of the Bonton bombings. I'm really torn with Nina because of the way that Cassandra was treated due to our reports to Symes. I'm having a bit of trouble deciding what to report on Nina. So I'm gonna be struggling with that for a while, I think. And for that reason, I have not reported some of the conversations, some of the parts of the conversations with Initiate. I'm not really sure how that's supposed to be pronounced. And that's a big question mark. What is going on with Initiate? Who is this person? What are their motivations? What's their connection to these bombings? Are they trying to stop them? Are they maybe behind them? I don't know. So there's a few things I didn't report. Nina's thoughts about some of the other people in thought, pun intended. But we did report her computer, so we could take a look inside of that. And we've got another thing that we can take a look at as well, and that's Harrison's timeline. Looks like there's an update there. I'm gonna start with the computer. And was there another? I'm trying to remember if there was another thing that we could report. There's some stuff with Juliet. Yeah, I mean, I don't need to report that yet. I'll think about it though, because that might be important later on. I'm still not totally convinced that Harrison especially is not involved. Juliet, I'm pretty much convinced. Cassandra, definitely convinced that she's not involved. Abraham's kind of an unknown, but it seems like he's stepped aside from thought completely when it started to go radical, so I'm not really suspecting him too much. I'm a bit concerned about the government now, though. It's definitely at the top of my list of suspects. Maybe they are involved in the bombings in some way in order to maintain their power, maybe. Anyways, let's take a look inside of her computer. This is so creepy. Oh, God. Let's do it. It's a picture of her son, I'm assuming, right? Cis and private. Well, let's go to let's start from like least worst to worst, like browser history. Okay. We got work easy. So she is checking her profile. So that is definitely hers. Maps. Work easy. Silicon University. We've got a lookup on CCTV. CCTV Stelligan on Thursday. Wow. That's disconcerting. That's going to be a big red flag if I report that. So let's take a look at everything else first. Private. An apology and an offer from Abraham Goldfels. December 28th, 2015. This is a while ago. Nina, I would like to offer you my sincerest apologies. It was not my intent to denounce you in front of all the other members of Thought. Or worse, basically everyone. After all, what we do or say online persists like a minefield. No kidding. As I wrote in an early blog post. Let's just take a look at this post quickly. I think we've already read this one. Or have we? What's he saying here? Faulty beings who make mistakes wherever we go. Our most valuable trait may be the ability to keep forgetting, for the sake of our wrongdoers as much as ourselves. But oblivion is not built into digital data. Information is infinitely durable. Even more so, it is infinitely reproducible. It may be copied and distributed without limitations. Its permanent deletion can never be ensured. Our data is like a minefield. I don't think we read this one before. Lying in wait, dormant, long after the war it was meant for has passed. Yet not losing a fraction of its potential to destroy lives, only increasing its potential. We are the ones who arm the minefield, use it malevolently. To me, this is the most intimidating, inhuman aspect of data, that our missteps will be brought up again and again, that they will be turned into a most efficient weapon and used against us, that we will have to be flawless. Totally agree with everything he's saying. It's a comment from Guest, November 20th. This is in 2012. Wow. Hey Goldfells, I read your post and had to think that this is a very negative way to think. Okay. Are you trying to say publishing our data is inherently bad and we should avoid it? Because as I see it, we just don't have to give away the truth. Data is, yeah, let's call it volatile, flexible. No one forces us to be honest. Quite the contrary. We can be anyone we want to be. My friend, I do not think publishing our data is inherently bad. Information is in everything. And as always, it is our choice what to do with the data. It is its unnatural longevity and persistence the digital age has given information that worry me. Trying to bend the information we give away is admirable, but I consider it to be a bit naive. We cannot uphold being someone else forever. Our true self will always shine through by our actions, our choices, and that is information as well. This Goldfeld is a pretty smart guy. I agree with a lot of what he's saying. I'm pretty sure that's a new article we haven't read before. I'm glad I went over that. Where are we? I should have been more considerate. Your actions at the Circle Mall have turned out to be very different to what I had anticipated them to be. But that was hardly your fault. It was mine. Instead of passing judgment on you, I would like to offer my help. From my impressions, I would assume you are someone whose life so far has been troubled, to say the least. Okay. Although it might not seem obvious, I have a rather moving background as well. As they put it, it takes one to know one. I would suggest we have a talk about how we might assist each other best. Please let me know if you are interested. The best regards, Abraham Goldfells. So, what is it saying here? They're in contact. Offer Nina to somehow assist each other. Receive an offer. Assistance made. I think I'm going to report this one. Wrong profile. To Nina, I guess. Assist each other with what exactly? That's what I'm curious about. Close this. Do not read. D. Schwartz at mailreceiver.tna. So I guess you disregarded the subject and went straight to reading this utterly embarrassing mail nonetheless. I knew you would. Well, don't tell me I didn't warn you. I've never written a text like this in my entire life. So I hope you'll be clement with me. Yeah. Our backpacking trip along the Italian northwest coast has been okay. I will just say it. Amazing. Brilliant. Okay. The best one I've ever been on. That would be a lot of fun. That was not due to the sun, even though it was blazing all 10 magnificent days through. It was not due to the rocky coastline with its endlessly serpentine roads winding up and down the cliffs, and not due to the picturesque villages alongside of them we passed through. It was due to you being there with me that made me enjoy every single second of it. Okay, who's this from again? D. Schwartz. This is going to shed some light on her situation, I think. I mean, just remember the one time we wanted to have a photo of us taken, and the only person around was that elderly Italian woman? She didn't understand a word of what we wanted, and kept shrugging and shaking her head. Had to bite my tongue so hard not to burst out in laughter. But you, cool as you are, just walked over to her, gave her your broadest smile, put the camera in her hand, and the finger on the shutter release. Then ran back to me to make absolutely sure she wouldn't take a picture of just me. It's funny how this one of all the shots made for the best photo from the entire trip, don't you think? Every cell in me wants to just backspace all of this letter and not send it. But at the same time, I just want you to read it and know how I feel about you. Seems you have passed the patented Desmond Schwartz relationship test. So I might as well write down that I have been trying, what I've been trying to say all the time here. I love you. Wow. How long ago was this written? 2008. Well, we need that profile made. I have a feeling they're not in a relationship anymore. Okay. I think the reason why she had so much trouble earlier on is because of this relationship. Probably has something to do with her son. Maybe it was an abusive relationship or something. Schwartz, like her alias. So she isn't single after all? I think she is. So that makes, I guess that makes sense as to why on her profile it's Schwartz, right? Let me just double check that. Yeah, Molly Schwartz. Okay. Back to the desktop. Actually, hold on. Can I use that picture for anything? No. Michael. She doesn't look too happy. Saved protocol desmo16.txt. Conversation between Nina and someone named Desmo. You know, if we were to marry and have children, it would be really funny if my name was Molly. Wait, is that Schwartz? What's the guy's name again? Oh, yeah, Desmond Schwartz. Okay. That makes sense now. Desmo. Whoa, wait a sec. You're getting a bit ahead of things. You know I like to plan ahead. Yeah, you do like that. I really like Nina as a name, though. Why Molly? Desmond says to Molly, "Girl, I like your face." What? Come again? Obladi oblada. Oh, the Beatles. Yeah. Don't tell me you don't know that. You're the oldie lexicon impersonated. I have to admit, I never was such a Beatles fan. Oh, gotta love the Beatles. More on the Rolling Stones side of the road. I mean, you could like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, right? Okay, this is a major gap in your knowledge. You're aware of that. Well, I do know the song. There was something about a bra in there, wasn't it? Sheesh, it's not about a bra. In a couple of years, they have built a home sweet home with a couple of kids running in the yard of Desmond and Molly Schwartz. I like the idea. Me too. You don't have a problem with kids being the center of my life, do you? Not at all, but I guess you'll have to go and change your name first. Maybe I will. Ha! I officially dare you. I will do that for real, just you wait. And then we'll see how the life goes on. Brah. Okay. Child-centered. I guess that's important. The other thing is, like, no wonder for a single mother. I feel like she's probably innocent, so, like, I don't mind uploading things that prove that as well. Everything we found on Miss Maternova just shows a single mother trying to make ends meet for her son. That seems to be her primary motivation, and it's an admirable one at that. One that does not mix well with terrorist ambitions. Totally agree. Okay, so it looks like we've kind of convinced Symes. We're getting there. Oh! Okay. She's in the military. Army veteran. That's... We should be able to get more records of her now. Miss Nova is an ex-soldier? This is worthy of an in-depth research. We need to specifically know what kind of experience she has. No kidding. Okay. Let's see if there's anything in the trash. Request regarding job. So maybe she was injured during a war. That's... And there's also talk, like her leg injury. Maybe that's what it came from. And there was also some talk about PTSD, I think, right? April 4th, 2017. request regarding job. Dear Mrs. Schwartz, we are glad to inform you that we will indeed be able to meet your requests. Please be present at the operating site around 4 p.m. on both days. Please keep a copy of this message as confirmation receipt, as we will not be able to make changes to the job originally agreed upon in your easy work profile. Clive Reed. Dear Mr. Reed, so this is the original email. I have a request on rather short notice. Would it be possible for me to take over the Freedom Plaza shift on April 11th and 12th from 4 to 8 p.m. instead of the one at Nolan Square? Holy shit. I had to report this. Requested to work at Freedom Plaza on the day of the assault. I had to report this. Oh man. She requested to be relocated to a job at one of the bombing sites? Well, it's only a request, but it connects her to the bombing location. If you could associate Miss Madronova with the 2 other sites, we will be on the safe side. Wow. Now I don't know what to think. I mean, that's not, like Simon said, that doesn't prove she did anything, but it's awfully strange. Why make that request? And then there's also, now I definitely want to report this. Oh God. I'm gonna report this because this now I'm like not sure. CCTV footage. It's an odd thing to search for when you don't have something sinister in mind. This vaguely associates Nina with the Stelligan assault. That makes 2 locations she is tied to. We will have a very solid case when we can make that 3. It's still pretty circumstantial, but I think like if we can find a 3rd connection, she should at least be questioned, right? What else is there? Application as a mechanic. Dear Miss Matronova, thank you for your interest in working with us. We receive numerous applications every day for each position. We are required to refuse most of them. Unfortunately, we have chosen another applicant who fits the position slightly better. We are sure you will understand. Thank you for your interest, and please not hesitate to apply again at a later time. See, now I think I might have been wrong about that conflict that I decided on, saying she was on medical leave. It appears as though she was working anyways. Dear Ms. Westfield, I would like to apply for a job as a mechanic at Westfield Cars. Please find my application documents, a cover letter, my CV, and references attached. If you have any questions or need further information, please reach out to me via phone. Yeah. Thank you. Did we already have? I thought we already had her phone number though. And I think there was one more. Application as housekeeper. Decided on another candidate. Oh, okay. So are these the 3 jobs that were in her profile? Because they responded that she did them. As a housekeeper at Williamson Real Estates. Williamson Real Estates. Westfield's Cars. I don't know. I think the first one might have just been a coincidence, it looks like. We have Abraham's email address. Thank you. I'll definitely grab that. Okay. So that's everything on her desktop, right? Unless there's like something hidden. Okay, and I think we reported everything that we could. So we've got her military file. We've got Harrison's timeline. I'm gonna jump to Harrison's timeline. I want to see what he's written. So it's another story, I guess. April 15th, 2017. I think most of you, my very loyal followers, friends, and fiends, have never actually heard that I am writing for the TNB. But yeah, that is a thing. Looky here. We already read this, right? Yeah. So, any comments? Judy Hull. This is why you kept quiet here for so long. Congrats to that. Peter Fletcher. What the hell? The big revolutionary himself. A lackey to one of the most pro-fascist, pro-surveillance bullcrap newspapers? That picture. Is that a spick and span babyface? You? And that text. Loose lips sink terrorist ships? With a real Hancock, please stand up? Guess the government bought you like everyone else. See the revolution go down the drain. Excuse me now, I have to puke my way more than I ate. Puke way more than I ate, my bad. Harrison responded, Peter, I know what you mean. I feel you. When the TMB called on me to ask if I would write for them, I laughed at them hard for 30 minutes straight before hanging up. But then they called me again to let me know I could write whatever I want. No strings attached. Hell, I could even fucking swear, and I do frequently. Now I got the attention and reach I always wanted, and I can use it for the good cause. Well, good luck. With an article like that, you could not be any further away. Is that... I can't remember if that was one of the members of the band or not. Let me just take a look. Peter Fletcher. Former members. It doesn't look like it. All right, that wasn't very revealing. Let's move on to Nina's Army records. Do we have Abraham's email already? We don't have anything on him. I'm surprised that didn't trigger anything. But, oh well. Army of the Nation. Sergeant Nina Maternova. This is probably one of her more recent portraits, so I'm gonna go with this one over that. Out of service, rank sergeant. Affiliation 1st Combat Engineer Battalion, Company B, Platoon 1246. So we're finding out more about her past, like Symes wanted us to. For her work experience. Combat Engineer. She has a bravery medal. Miss Maternova seems to have come a long way from being such an honorable person. I don't know. I don't get the impression that she's lost her honor yet. Enlisted in 2005. Signed Platoon 5428, 5th Light Infantry Battalion. Basic combat training completed. Specialization training, combat engineering. We got that already. Signed Platoon 1246, 1st Combat Engineer Battalion. Promoted to Specialist, partakes in foreign mission. Returned to Bonton Barracks. Promoted to Corporal. Awarded the Bravery Medal for saving of multiple comrade and civilian lives in the face of extraordinary danger. Then promoted to Sergeant 2 years later. In charge of Squad Alpha Platoon 1246. 2011, partakes in foreign mission. Wounded in combat, there it is. Considered AWOL, absent without official leave. And then it was cleared. Returned to Bonton Barracks. Court-martial sentence, dishonorable discharge, and 3 months of confinement for being AWOL, with voluntary return. In confinement and then discharge. Hello. Why? That is a severe punishment. Did you know this puts her on the same level as any other previously convicted felon? Why did she go AWOL? Because she was wounded, I'm assuming? Ah, there's more. Go to the news, I guess? Wanted cyber protection experts. Freedom of the nation is not only threatened by conventional weaponry and terrorism. A growing number of foreign hackers try to intrude corporate and public networks to steal confidential information or sabotage facilities. In order to get advantages in the highly competitive global economy, the Army of the Nation is on the brink of founding a new cyber task force to counter this new digital danger. If you are an expert in the field of information security, enlist now and become one of the pioneers to protect the nation online. General Hartman considers activation of Kerberos. The threefold terrorist attack on Bonton has led General Hartman to openly consider a temporary activation of Mission Kerberos. This would mean a constant presence of military forces within the capital to safeguard public places. That sounds bad. It may seem like an admittance that our security measures so far are not enough, but it is the option to go for if we want safety, Hartman stated in regard of the considered activation. Soon after the statement had been released, the Ministry of Security published an official notice to the Ministry of Defense asking to withhold the activation of Kerberos for now. The notice was soon accepted by the Ministry of Defense, rendering General Hartman's consideration obsolete. What is that? Okay, let's take a look at the mission. Parges peacekeeping mission, border patrols. Ustavakia drug inhibition. Mission stable Ustavakia. Gentrian flood aid. Safety bill, along with a set of further entitlements, allows the army of the nation to be deployed in the homeland whenever needed. This paved the way for the mission Kerberos, intended to secure or evacuate densely populated areas in case of a large-scale terrorist attack. To be able to achieve this, several divisions of the army have received special training and are on standby at all times. Fortunately, Kerberos has remained dormant to date. So the evolved units were the 2nd Infantry Reserve Battalion, 3rd Infantry Reserve Battalion, but that wasn't... She was part of the 1st Combat Engineer Battalion, Company B, Platoon 1246. Okay, that's... Is there another? There's more about the missions. The world is our home base. First duty of the Army of the Nation is to defend the freedom of our homeland. Of course, this does not only involve deployment within our own borders. To secure our values and assist our allies offshore, our soldiers partake in numerous missions in neighboring countries. Click on a location on the following map to learn more about a mission. Holy crap, there's a lot here. Parges peacekeeping mission. I want to find out more about that, actually. The aftermath of the 2006 military coup quickly spiraled the one-time democratic model country, Parges, into chaos. The rebel movement, Forces of the True Parges, declared war on the newly formed government under General Damjan Kasart, which led to a long-lasting and bloody civil conflict, until the army of the nation was finally greenlit to intervene and de-escalate the situation. Realizing they were unable to stand a chance in an open struggle, the FTP changed their strategy to terrorism, under the impression of being involved in an unwinnable skirmish. The prior government of the nation terminated the Parges intervention mission, ultimately leading to the fatal event known as the Incident of 2008. With the new government elected in 2009, the Parges intervention mission was immediately resumed under a new name, the Parges peacekeeping mission. Huh. I see. The Parges peacekeeping mission, as it is known, proceeded to once again secure and rebuild the Pargesian society and infrastructure. There we go. So Nina's Combat Engineer Battalion was involved. Tasked with mine clearance during the Parges peacekeeping mission. Okay, so there's a conflict. Let's find out where that conflict is. So what year was that in? That was in 2009. 2011 was when she was discharged. She went on 2 foreign missions, if I remember correctly, right? One in 2007. One in 2011. So it's possible she went there. Because it could have fallen in either one of those 2 missions. Border patrols. With a massive uncontrolled influx of refugees from Parges into the nation, arrangements had to be made to take control of the situation. As a consequence, the army of the nation was forced to secure the border with Continuous patrols, adding a number of checkpoints. What about the flood aid? After torrential week-long rainstorms during the 2016 fall, Gentria, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, saw one of the worst floods within its recorded history. Nearly 1,000 people died and over 800,000 others were left homeless. Without hesitation, the Army of the Nation was sent in to help aid the survivors with the distribution of supplies and rebuilding their most basic infrastructure. That was during the 2016, during the fall of 2016, so she would have been out of the military. And that's where the conflict is. So I'm gonna have to report this. Let me just make sure she wasn't involved anywhere else. Nation of Uzbekistan gained notoriety for its thriving business in illegal drugs, primarily heroin. As such, it also hosts some of the most influential and dangerous cartels in the world, who tend to settle their differences in the Uzbekian streets by armed force. Cartels. In 2015, the government decided in order to stabilize the country and inhibit the drug trafficking into the nation, the Army of the Nation would offer support to the local forces in a bid to eradicate all traces of the criminal trafficking trade. Okay, and then stable Uzbekistan. Not involved. Part of the drug inhibition. Wiping out corruption in public departments such as law enforcement. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to report this. That could be important. Maybe that's how she got injured, clearing mines. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Knowledge about explosives. Oh, God! I mean, yeah, it's important to know. We now know enough on Miss Maternova's background. Shit. A call to Sylv. Yes? Hey again, Nina. Sylv here. How's it going? You feeling better? Yeah, somewhat. Finally, after spending the whole last week in bed. Oh, good. I can still bring Michael around though, do you want? Blah. Can't read. No, thanks. I'm gonna pick him up in an hour or so. Would that be okay? Yeah, of course. I promised to go to the playground with him. That's fine. I'll pick up Michael from the corner at, Orchard Drive, wasn't it? Right. Great, thanks. Thanks again. See you in an hour. See you, Nina. Staying at home sick over the past week. But she was... Now I'm confused. Michael from the corner at Orchard Drive, wasn't it? I don't know how important that is right now. But I'm going to have to think about this. And I'm going to wrap up this episode here. Was she working or was she sick? I'm still not... Now I'm definitely not sure because it sounded like she was looking for jobs. And now we find out that she's been in bed last week. Saying we have all those the records of the jobs that she did do with the employer's response. Maybe that was set up though. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. This is Luckless Lovelocks signing off for now, and I'd love you all.